Now we start with the concepts of autoencoders. So what are autoencoders? They are typically neural networks which are trained using unsupervised learning. So they are generally feed-forward neural networks जिनका output is same as the input. So now you will think if your output is same as the input फिर वो कर क्या रहे? So basic structure देख लो पहले autoencoder का. Input is there which is passed to a unit which is called as encoder. You get a code. That code is passed to a decoder and you get the output which is same as the input. So if output is same as the input, what is this autoencoder doing exactly? Autoencoder is basically used to figure out a better way of representing an input. So maybe using less space, less set of characters, by a reduced dimensionality. Something should be there where the input has been reconstructed or the input has been re-represented in a better way, and that is the purpose of an autoencoder. So encoder क्या करेगा इसमें से? It will compress the input, produce a code, and कोई तो encoding method होता है which is running in the background. So that is the work of an encoder. Code क्या होता है? It is a representation. It is a latent representation of the code, that is in other terms your input. Decoder क्या करेगा? It will reconstruct the input. Okay, and there is some decoding method that is working inside an decoder. So as I told you earlier, what is the main aim for autoencoders? It is dimensionality reduction. They are basically data specific. Autoencoders are lossy in nature. So lossy and lossless में difference क्या है? Lossless मतलब encoding decoding के बाद आपका जो output होता है it is exactly same as the input. Okay, no information is lost, it is exactly same. But autoencoders, they are lossy. Lossy means what? आपको जो output मिलता है वो as it is equal to input नहीं होता है. It is similar to your input, not same as your input. So it can be said as the output is degraded representation of your input. Okay? Autoencoder को train कैसे करोगे? You need raw input data. Fine? Unsupervised है, इसलिए they will generate their own labels from the training data. इसलिए they are called as self-supervised or unsupervised algorithms. So what are the different types of autoencoders? Let us see the very first one, that is under-complete autoencoders. ऐसे autoencoders which reduce the dimensionality, they are called as under-complete autoencoders. So input dimensions से कम अगर आपका code dimensions होगा, it means you have reduced the dimensions in the process of encoding. Now, learning an under-complete representation pushes the autoencoder to capture the most significant features of the training data. So, आप main features capture करते हो, जो features ज़्यादा information convey नहीं करते उनको आप छोड़ देते हो. Okay, so if I consider h and x, where x is the dimensions of your input data and h is the dimensions of your output, so h has to be smaller than x. उसके बाद आते हैं regularized autoencoders. So what is the concept of regularized autoencoders? What we saw in undercomplete autoencoders was the code dimension is less than the input dimension, so that we are learning the most silent or most important features of the data distribution. Okay, अभी autoencoders can fail especially when we are giving encoder and decoder too much amount of information. So हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? हम लोग train कर सकते हैं any architecture of autoencoder by taking the code dimension, the capacity of autoencoder and the capacity of encoder and decoder based on the complexity of distribution to be modeled. ये कैसे करोगे? We use something which is called as regularized autoencoders. So we don't limit the model capacity, but we give it some loss function that will promote the model to have some other characteristics apart from just copying the input to output. So ऐसे कौन से properties है या ऐसे कौन से characteristics है? The first characteristic that is shown over here is sparseness of the representation. The second one is compactness of the derivative of the representation, and the last one and very important one for us is robustness to noise and missing inputs. So a regularized autoencoder will be non-linear. It can be over-complete. However, even though it is over-complete, because you are having certain properties, you are giving that loss function to it, it will learn something about only the most important aspects in your data distribution. Okay. Now sparse autoencoders are generally used to learn features for different jobs such as classification, and just instead of operating as an identity function, autoencoder can be regularized to be sparse. It must deal with only the unique statistical properties of the data set. It is not just going to be a merely copying task. So copying task नहीं होगा, वो sparsity पे concentrate करेगा. Sparsity पे concentrate करेगा मतलब क्या? वो unique characteristics या unique properties ढूंढेगा उस data set में से. So if you go through the first paragraph, you will understand that we can have denoising autoencoder. So what is the concept over here? Ki you are trying to change the reconstruction error term of the cost function to obtain an autoencoder that learns anything meaningful. उसका मतलब क्या है? बहुत बार आपका जो इनपुट होता है उसमें अगर नॉइज है, then you want this type of autoencoder to correct the noise. So it is not merely copying the input, but rather denoising autoencoders are repairing the damage in case any that is present in the input. So if your input is distorted by noise, then such denoising autoencoders are supposed to correct it. They are supposed to repair it. The next thing that we had seen in the introduction of autoencoders was that autoencoders are feed forward neural networks. Now as you have seen in second unit, हम लोग ने देखा है कि अगर हम लोग ने hidden layers बढ़ाए, okay, or instead of a simple feed forward neural network, we have a deep feed forward neural network. It gives you a lot of benefit. So same benefits are applied to your encoders and decoders also, because encoder and decoder are nothing but your feed forward neural networks. So वो जो universal approximator theorem है, that applies to a feed forward neural network कि अगर आप at least एक hidden layer add करते हो, you can achieve non-trivial depth. That exact same thing applies to your encoder and decoder of the autoencoders as well. So what this last para is typically telling you that a deep autoencoder with at least one extra hidden layer inside an encoder can approximate any mapping from input to code arbitrarily accurately. So whether it is computational cost or it is the kind of data that is required to train the neural network, these things are affected quite a lot with the help of depth. Okay, now greedily penetrating the deep architecture by training a stack of shallow autoencoders is a typical technique that is used for training a deep autoencoder. Now we go on to the next type of autoencoder, that is called as denoising autoencoders. I have explained it to you a bit in short in the earlier paragraph. So what we are trying to do is we are adding some random noise to the input, and because now input is containing some random noise, encoder cannot replicate the input to the output. So the input can be decoded by removing the noise, and this process is what is called as denoising autoencoder. So autoencoder is expected to generate the input image even if it is not actually seeing the input. हम लोग ऐसे क्यों बोलते हैं it is not actually seeing that input? Because that input has noise, and we want our autoencoder to learn the things apart from the noise. So हम लोग क्या करते हैं, ओरिजिनल इमेज लेते हैं, उसको एक नॉइजी इमेज में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, फिर एनकोडर को देते हैं. एनकोडर कुछ कोडिंग जनरेट करेगा एंड डिकोडर आपको आउटपुट देगा विच हैज टू बी क्लियर इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द नॉइज. सो आउटपुट में कभी भी वो नॉइज आना नहीं चाहिए एंड दैट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ ऑटो एनकोडर. Now coming to applications of autoencoders. As I told you earlier, whether it is your information retrieval task or it is your dimensionality reduction, autoencoders are used. Another application of autoencoders that we have seen is denoising of the images. Autoencoders can also help you with feature extraction because वो आपको एक condense representation देते हैं आपके input का. Also अगर कोई hidden features है आपके input data में, they are used. Variational autoencoders, they are used to generate images with little bit of variations in them. Autoencoders are also used in sequence to sequence prediction, and deep autoencoders can be used in recommending movies, books, or even other items. So that's it for the autoencoders.